because when I approached the first Norwegian, this person was like, I didn't really understand what you want to do. This is not Norwegian at all.
No.
But I'll let you do. Let's see what happens. And everything started like this, but then it was really cool.
All right, Impressions Podcast. Welcome, Dino, our first guest in English.
Amazing. Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming. It's also the first Italian we have here, and this is a real upgrade. So we only had Norwegian people, and now we have the Italian stallion, Dino.
So excited. This is amazing. I love it.
Dino, tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes. So, as you said, my name is Dino. I'm from Italy, from the south of Italy, actually. And I've been living in Italy until the age of, I think, 25. And then I moved to Australia for quite a while.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I'm a street photographer.
Yeah.
So I'm taking pictures of a lot of people.
We have seen.
Yeah.
And we are quite amazed by it. So Dino has you have about 2.2 million followers on TikTok.
Yes.
And you probably have to be one of the largest TikTokers in Norway, if we can say that. But you're more international, right?
Yeah, more international. Yeah, someone told me actually that in Norway I'm like between the 100 most famous influencer.
Yeah.
So it's very surprising. They told me. I didn't know. I promise.
Yeah,
so
but I think you're at I don't have a list of it, but I think you're at the top 5, top 3 maybe in Norway. I know there's a girl in Tønsberg who's really huge. I think she has like 5 million. But I don't think anybody else is at your size.
Wow.
But no, thank you for coming. And thank you for coming from all the way from Italy. But you live in Norway now, right?
Yes. I moved in Norway, and it's actually beautiful.
Yeah.
I like it here.
Why did you come to Norway?
It's actually several coincidences, but to be honest with you, it was very random.
Yeah.
But I was living in Australia for, as I said, for 9 years. Been working there in restaurants, actually, hospitality. I was the manager of 3 big restaurants there.
Yeah.
But when I started to actually go back to my passion, which is photography, and start with this project, I basically understood that I wanted to bring this all over the world. And in the bucket list of the places, Norway was the first.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see, since I was very, very young, I wanted to see Northern Lights and have a proper white Christmas. Yes. I was like, I mean, Italy is beautiful. Australia, it's nice. It's a bit weird doing Christmas there, with the sun and everything.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, I have to go there. So I start from Norway, but then I felt in love with this place.
Yeah.
And so I moved here. I say, okay, let's try the first year. But then I say, okay, this is the second year. So okay, I want to stay here. So yeah.
Cool. When you come to Norway, what did your profession was, or how did you make a living?
Here in Norway?
Yeah.
As a photographer, basically.
Straight from the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. Because cool. I started my photography project that eventually involved me to be an influencer.
Yeah, because this is the Street People project.
Yes, this is the Street People project is where I basically started to take pictures of random people in the street.
Yeah.
And then I decided with a friend of mine, to record all the process. Everything happened since I stopped them, I asked them, and then I showed them the picture and everything. And then I throw a bunch of videos on social media, like TikTok and Instagram, and they started to go viral. So there were like a high demand. I didn't expect to do this one at the beginning, and then I follow up, and
When did you do the first video? Was it in Norway or?
It was in Australia, actually.
On Australia?
Yeah, it was in Australia.
And how did you get up with how did you think of it? Like, let's just do this.
Yes, like I actually literally, to be honest with you, very quickly, I was uh, I understood I didn't want to do that typical job
Yeah.
at the restaurant. It was very good experience and everything, but I felt inside that I wanted to be the artist that I was inside, because I loved photography since I was very young.
Yeah.
And I did something back in Rome when I was in Italy before going to Australia.
Yeah.
So after many, many years, I felt I wanted to do something impactful, something that could give me something, but that could give something to people.
Yeah.
So I quit my job,
Mm-hmm.
which actually was very good job and everything, but I quit everything and I started with this project. It came up in my mind. I was like, you know what? Let's do something like this. Let's see. It was for fun, to be honest with you. I didn't
Yeah.
expect all this, and it went crazy. And then when my videos started to go viral, some of the brand there in Australia started to contact me,
Yeah.
like Nikon and other brands. And the Nikon, the photography, the camera
Yeah.
brand. And I started to do collaboration.
Yeah.
And I saw that was actually very interesting. Doing what you like, enjoying, be creative,
Yeah.
and get involved with brand
Yeah.
and get paid from brand for what you like to do, for what you do. And yeah, and that was interesting. And I was like, okay, that's something else.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And I started like this, and I continue. And eventually, some other brands reached me out, and I reached other brands sometimes, and like this. And then when I moved here, it took some times here because I have to get involved in a new community, new system,
Yeah.
new nation, new mentality.
Yeah.
A lot of things. But what I remember was like, okay, but this is not going to change who I am and what I like to do and how I do things.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, some people was like, oh, in Norway is going to be a bit challenging, my friend.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can do that. It's like, well, let's try. If
Yeah.
you don't try, you don't know.
No, this is true. So how do you feel coming to Norway and meeting the Norwegian people?
At the beginning, I have to be honest with you,
Yeah.
it felt a bit awkward.
Yeah.
A little bit, because it's kind of, I'm in a new nation and I don't know
Yeah.
if my style and my way to do, as I'm Italian, and I'm like this, and I'm very easygoing.
Yeah.
So I know here's a different mentality as well, a way to approach people, but nothing so complicated. And actually, unexpectedly, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because when I approached the first Norwegian, this person was like, I didn't really understand what you want to do. This is not Norwegian at all,
No.
but I'll let you do. Let's see what happens. And everything started like this, but then it was really cool.
Yeah.
And yes, and once you break that, that wall and you get in confidence,
Yeah.
and you show them wherever you are in the world, to be honest with you, not just here,
No.
the purpose and what is behind the project,
Yeah.
everything goes pretty smooth.
Yeah.
And yeah, people say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it. No, I think a lot of we have this conception in Norway that we think that Norwegians are very cold and very introvert and stuff. But I think if you just get through the first one, and I also think that for this project, it's actually a strength that you are Italian or that you are not Norwegian or Swedish or Danish. Because if a Norwegian guy would do this, if I would have walked up to a stranger and be like, "Hey, can we do this?" They would be like, I don't know." Because you are Italian, I think it's a strength actually.
Maybe,
Because it's interesting and it's exciting and it's cool. I also like that you say that the project started as just for fun.
Yes.
Because this is I think this is the story with a lot of influencers and a lot of good projects as well. The same with Midt Norge. We started Midt Norge just for fun or a teaching experience for ourselves, just to learn how to build a community on social media, and it just sort of grew into a business and a big thing. So it's quite interesting.
It's very interesting. Yeah, that's the proof that when you start with the mindset of I want to do this because I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's my passion.
Yeah.
And because that's what I want to do, without thinking, oh, I have to become popular, I have to become famous, I have to grow my followers and my bank account and all these things. When you start with the small things and with the passion, and then you put also consistency in what you do,
Yeah.
it's like it goes up like this, and that really tells you a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I agree. So you did this in Australia. You started with it there, and then you came to Norway and started with it here, and just did it for fun. And how was the main difference between approaching Australians and approaching Norwegians?
well, to be honest with you, as I say, my approach was the same.
Yeah.
Basically the same, because that's who I am. I'm not just because I'm Italian, because I don't know. I like to get involved with the people.
Yeah.
So I'm a people person.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Before to be a photographer.
Yeah.
Well, in Australia, of course, people, they are more easygoing.
Yeah.
They are very friendly, easy,
Yeah.
like this, very quick.
We did. Do you know we did the Ballando con Stella with Lasse?
Yes.
And we won it. And
Yeah.
we got to spend a lot of time in Italy. It was tremendous.
Yeah,
The Italian
that was
people.
amazing. Yeah,
I love the
I know
Italian
that
people.
actually. And but here basically was the same. Just of course for people was a little bit weird, a little bit it's something new as well.
Yeah.
But look, there's nothing. So I didn't see any big complication in this.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of sometimes I did some different approach. It's kind of I approached someone asking some information,
Yeah.
and they weren't aware I was actually recording, or someone was recording from far.
Yeah.
So I made it a little bit more different, as I usually do. Because usually I approach a person and the person can see someone else behind me is also recording.
Yeah.
But sometimes I was like, "Hi, excuse me, where can I find this?" And there's, yes, you can find it there. And from there, I could understand also if the person was okay to talk to me and, and help me out, which he was like this, actually. And then I was like, look, can I be honest with you? I'm a street photographer. And then I started to explain and everything, and then getting to the point. It would be okay if I take some picture of you, because I promise you, your face, it's really cool.
Yeah.
You have a very cool face, and I really wanted to take picture of this. And that part is one of those parts where people are like, okay, I didn't expect that, but I don't know, I feel, how can I say, flattered,
Yeah.
So, okay, let's try this. Even if it's new and it's so weird, but, so.
Oh, if you say that Norwegians have an interesting face, I think a lot of people are like, never heard that before.
Yes, they are.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
What is like the most viral video you had with the street, or maybe the most interesting person you have a photographer
here in Norway or in
the world completely, like everyone you have photographed?
Wow. Okay. This is a very interesting question, because for me, this is also the point of my street project, photography project, because each person is unique.
Yeah.
And it's really a unique piece of art, and also the story behind and everything. But I would say what it comes in my mind now, and which is one of my favorites, it's Wayne. He is actually an Asian guy.
Yeah.
That I met in Australia. I was walking, and this guy was just chilling on the bench, just on a break probably. And this guy had this very, very long and straight hair, and this face that he looked like, I don't know, a samurai.
Yeah.
And he was very easygoing person and everything. But when I approached him, he was very shy.
Yeah.
He was a constructor. Well, he was working constructions and everything. And if I felt he looked a bit fragile, but when I took the picture of him, it came out this very powerful portrait, this very powerful face.
Yeah.
You know, and when he looked at himself, he got impressed.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you could read in his face like, oh wow, I didn't expect I could look like this.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So yes, it really how can I say, it really impacted me as well,
Yeah.
because it's kind of wow, I gave a different version of himself,
Yeah.
you know. And that was very, very cool.
Yeah.
There are actually many interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could stay here forever to talk about it. But if you just look at the videos that I put and the reaction that people have, that's one of the most important things.
Yeah.
People realize how sometimes they take for granted, or sometimes they don't even think about it.
Yeah.
But how behind that eyes and face, there's so much to tell. There's so much to learn as well, and to get confidence about yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting. It's like almost like psychology or some revelation also
It
for
is.
people.
It is.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So let's talk about TikTok. You're one of the guys that sort of like mastered TikTok. Do you? What do you think about is like the biggest strength of TikTok compared to like Instagram and other social media apps?
For what I learned from my personal experience, TikTok, first of all, involve many ages. Really a lot of ages. It started for very young generation, for very young ages, but then it started to suck a lot of people inside, a lot of a different kind of people. The thing is, the algorithm in TikTok as well, it works a little bit better than other platforms.
Yeah.
The algorithm, because I notice even when you open up the first account and you throw something like a bunch of videos there, the algorithm makes your videos goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Easier than other platforms.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then
I've heard a rumor, by the way,
yeah.
that if you make an account on TikTok and you put out videos, TikTok will make your first like 3-4 videos go quite viral or like sort of viral to get you hooked to the app.
Yes.
Do you think this is true?
I think it's true.
Yeah?
That's a very I can't say for real that's like this.
No.
But I noticed this one in several accounts. Some of my friends they started.
Yeah.
And it actually could be a very interesting point of marketing for them.
They want to give you a boost right away.
Yes.
Like, come to us.
So yes, like be part of our creators.
Yeah.
So, but that's very cool.
Yeah.
Actually,
I just heard it. I was
it's
like,
very cool.
it does make sense.
It does make sense.
And it is a smart marketing move.
Yeah.
Because they have to convince you that TikTok is great compared to other platforms because you have limited amount of time and where should you put your effort on creating content. So it's a way to like suck you in right away.
Yeah, but then of course what happens is whatever you like, whatever you do, even if it's about the algorithm, and many people study the algorithm and they try to do everything, the thing is always this. If the audience is interested to your videos and what you do, then it's all about the audience. It's all about them, because it's people started to share.
Yeah.
And there it's where the AI of the app started to learn that your videos has been shared so many times in these hours or in these days.
Yeah.
Many people saved them.
Yeah.
And many people put the likes and everything, so the algorithm learn and say, okay, wait, people like this guy even if he's new.
Yeah.
So I have to, because this is what's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah. And also the thing is that TikTok, when you start your account, your videos, it's kind of yes, TikTok, as many other platforms, shows you videos of interests.
Yeah.
Of your interests. So if you like cars, if you like sport, if you like photography. So if you like photography, I throw you a lot of videos about photography, because you put always like, but it always gives you in your feed some interesting videos that has nothing to do with your interests, know, and that's another cool things, because you can also learn. Like on TikTok, I basically started to like things about podcasts.
Yeah.
I promise, I was like, podcasts, okay, podcasts. I like to see things, not just to watch a couple of people talking and everything. But actually, I follow a couple of accounts with podcasts where there's just two people all the time talking about stories. They're so cool and interesting.
Yeah.
So wow, I learned something from podcasts.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So, and it was, and because the app sent to me.
Yeah.
But I never went to search for, okay, I want to search for podcasts.
Yeah. No, it's one of the main differences. It's For You page, or it's built a different way.
Yeah.
And this is also, I spoke with this on another podcast, but the amount of content you consume on Instagram before was like maybe 90% of people you follow and people who you curated to give you content. But now on Instagram, but also on TikTok, because TikTok, it was like going out in this direction. So 90% of the content you consume now is not going to be from the people you follow. It's going to be from all over, and the algorithm is just going to serve you what they think you would like.
Yeah.
And it's getting quite sophisticated, and it's sort of interesting, because in one way you can argue that the best content will win. The most interesting content will get spread. So you don't have to, because a lot of people now have huge accounts and many followers on Instagram and stuff, and they have it's very hard to to grow or to reach up. And I think they're sort of, and TikTok is a major part of this, but I think they're sort of like flipping it. So it's not so much. It's more like who gives us the best content, the most interesting content.
Yeah, there's still pro and con.
Yeah.
Because on Instagram, this is what I feel.
Yeah.
On Instagram, the audience that follow the accounts is because they're also loyal and they are really, really interested in that.
Yeah.
On TikTok, yes, the same, but I don't know how to say. On TikTok, it's kind of, I'm following you just because I liked that video, but then maybe they don't follow the rest.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is one of the things. What I don't really like about, I want to be honest with you, about TikTok.
I like you being honest.
Yes, I have to be honest. I don't care, but I have to be honest.
Yeah.
But on TikTok, TikTok promotes really a lot, many, sorry to say that, but so many stupid things.
Yeah.
Where you can learn.
Yeah.
Literally on TikTok. But the new generation, it's literally learning a bunch of idiot stuff.
Yeah.
That won't bring you really anywhere. It's just, bunch of things that honestly, I'm not gonna say any
I've heard another rumor. Are you ready for this?
Yes, please.
So I heard a rumor, because TikTok is its origin from China.
That's right.
So I heard another rumor that on TikTok in America,
Yeah.
they programmed the algorithm to show stupid stuff.
Yeah.
So asses and
Yeah. Yeah.
just like non the teaching stuff and
That's
whatever.
right.
And in China, it's completely different.
Absolutely.
So
I agree with that.
in China,
Yeah.
you get teachers, you
Yeah.
learn stuff,
Yeah.
people with good morals.
That's right.
So it's like they're trying in China to elevate the people, and
Yes.
in America
Of
and
course.
the rest of the world, they
That-
try
yeah.
to dumb it down.
That's the new battle.
Yeah.
That's the new battle. If I can make your people in your nation dumb and stupid, my nation will be on the top here.
Yeah,
You know. So, and it's kind of, look. I know it's weird what I'm saying, but there's no more really battle with soldiers and all these things.
No.
You know, it's all about growing some different kind of intelligence and kind of dumbness.
yeah,
I don't know if you can say that, but anyway, and that's what I. This is one of the things. Sorry to talk about this now here. Even we were talking about photography, but this is very
into
interesting.
politics
No,
there.
this is very interesting. This is what I am. I really. It's a bit frustrating. I don't care, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because I still keep going as I like.
Yeah.
But it's very frustrating to see how I see some very cool content creators that they really give something to the audience.
Yeah.
You really can learn from them about business, about mentality, about psychology, about everything. And they put effort and they put creativity and they put a lot of things. And their audience, it's way, way, way smaller to a couple of kids that they dance and do stupid things in front of the camera,
yeah,
that they get thousands of money and visibility and popularity and televisions and all these things
yeah.
to learn what?
No, yeah,
Nothing.
I don't know, man.
And maybe one day people will wake up. I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Oh. I don't
Anyway.
know either, but it's quite interesting.
yeah.
And it's actually the first time we talked about politics on this podcast.
sorry to say that to talk
No,
about,
no.
but I
It's-
guess people need to learn also this stuff.
Yeah, it is quite interesting. And when I heard the rumor, I can't remember where I heard it, but I was like, that also makes totally sense. It's like, yeah, that also makes totally sense because if I were a nation, I would probably do the same. But all right, let's
Yeah.
move. Let's
Yeah.
move on here.
Yeah.
So TikTok for brands. Do you think TikTok is a suitable platform for all brands, or do you think TikTok more is a better fit for some brands?
I think it's actually, this is as always my personal experience. It's suitable for many brands.
Yeah.
This is another thing. Many brands, they don't think out of the box, and
No.
they don't, how can I say, adapt as
No.
well
Yeah.
to the future. Because I try to do something with some brands,
Yeah.
try to match with them,
Yeah.
and they were like, this is very cool, but we are not really interested in them. Okay, all right, well, just remember something, guys, to all the brands. The future is the new generation.
Yeah.
So if you work with the new generation and you involve them without giving necessary or forcing your logo or your brand on them,
Yeah.
but give some ideals to them, because as soon as you put some brands on them, they it's be weird. Well, this is the new generations.
Yeah.
So on TikTok, there's a lot of young
Yeah.
people, really a lot.
Yeah.
I was impressed the first time when I saw my statistics and everything, and see there's actually a bunch of very young people, like from the age of 10 to the age of 20.
Oh.
That they follow me.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very glad about to read this. So I would say to the brands, some brands still don't use TikTok, and you for me, you're gonna stay there
Yeah.
with I don't know. I don't even know what's your target. I don't care. But if you're a brand of cars, I mean, you should do something creative and keep your Instagram account professional, okay,
Yeah.
for other brands and other things and blah blah blah, but create something more interesting on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say some brands I'll be working with,
Yeah.
because I don't want to do now advertisement.
No.
But I work with some very interesting brands that I was very surprised when they reached me out. I was like, Dino, you take pictures of people and everything. Okay, we do these kind of things.
Yeah.
How about we do a collaborations and we throw a bunch of these things only on TikTok
Yeah.
in a creative way, as you do. Wow, very good. So I would say TikTok, it is.
Yeah.
But it's all about the brands and what brands they are looking at. But in my opinion, everyone should use, all the brands should use TikTok to involve the attention of new generations.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can learn, you can get inspired, and you can say, oh, wow, they're doing this stuff with this content creator. Okay. So I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's interesting, and I also think that for some brands, I think TikTok maybe could be very good if you have big muscles, or if you are like not a mom and pop shop, if you know what I mean about that. But some brands have like sort of like limited the resources, and then TikTok is it demands a bit, right? It demands planning, and it demands good ideas, maybe creative ideas, and a bit more creative ideas than maybe other social platforms. One thing that I've been like sort of noticing, I think that maybe brands are more allowed to be funny or not take themselves too serious, like more joking and stuff. Do you agree with this, or what do you feel like the new generation want to see more playful stuff and more not boring advertisement, more or less?
Yes.
What is your
I think
thoughts
I
about
think
this?
the new generation, they are looking at some more creative and more funny stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, why not? There's nothing. But when we say funny, it doesn't mean to be dumb, stupid. You know, it means make that brand and make that advertisement as you were used to do in that way. Make it more flexible, make it adaptable to a new audience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Even if there's like a luxury brand for luxury stuff, car, and they been used to do, you know, this very cool, stylish and serious stuff, and you put straight away something funny unexpectedly. Imagine you doing these cool things with with a model where she's walking super cool, super stylish, and suddenly she fell down or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a point of attraction for people. They're like, okay, that's very cool. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, something different.
Something different.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's like this.
A lot of brands are make us something different, but it needs to fit in the box.
Yeah.
Dino, thank you so much for coming. Where can people follow and find you?
Everywhere.
Well,
basically, yes. TikTok.
Yeah. It's Dino.
Dino.Serrao.
Yeah.
Instagram is exactly the same handle.
Yeah.
I also have Facebook.
Yeah.
And YouTube.
Yeah.
Actually, because I'm starting to do some new vlogs and new stuff.
Yeah.
And Snapchat and Twitter, all the same name, same handle. So
I like it. You're all over, all the same. Dino, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for a very interesting talk.
Thanks for having me, and this was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah,
I hope to come back, actually. I like it.
Yeah. We'll have you.
We can talk about other stuff.
We can talk about a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Thank you for coming, Dino.